Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about being stuck up is quiet. Being quiet is being stuck up. I'm gonna do this video and I have a lot of things to say. I don't know if you guys can hear me in this microphone, but this is not a microphone that I normally use, but besides the point. Normally I don't mention people's names, but I'm gonna call her out because she's not a decent person and I can see through the BS, okay? So I used to a little bit watch some of her videos because her videos were nice. They were on how to level up as a woman and how to navigate in this world and to do better. But I saw quickly through the BS, especially in that video called something You're a Prey by the YouTuber girl called Belazi INT. I don't recommend her channel. And if you're a decent person and you don't bully other people, you should unfollow and not recommend the video to anyone or the channel at all. Unfollow. She, I dropped a comment saying that like about anti-social people might be timid. They're not stuck up. And if somebody's stuck up, like, it's one thing to like who you are and have confidence. So if somebody has confidence and they're reserved and they don't really speak a lot, who cares if they're stuck up? Like stuck up, it would be a problem if you're like Gaston, where you think you're better than other people and you treat people badly. But most people that are like quiet and timid, they don't really treat other people badly. They're just reserved and they might have problems. They might not be the best at socializing a lot with people, but doesn't mean that they don't socialize with people. Socializing may not be exactly their strong suit. And there's many reasons why a person might be quiet. Number one, they don't know what to say or they have nothing to say. Number two, they don't like the person. Number three, they're looking around to see that person's aura, to see if that person is okay, if that person is good. So yeah. So the only thing she responded, the only thing she had a problem with is, oh, that I'm not right about antisocial personalities, but she has no clue. She has no clue what an antisocial personality is, and she's one of the reasons why people that are quiet go through BS with a lot of people, and most people that are insecure are people who are ratchet and obnoxiously loud. I'm not saying everyone who's loud is has insecurities, but most of the time, when a quiet person gets picked on, it's always by people who are really loud. Okay? So let that sink in. So I would recommend you to not follow this girl because I see through her BS and she doesn't sound like a decent person. From that video alone, I couldn't watch the rest and I would never watch more of her videos because she is the reason, as I said again, that when quiet people get mad, it's not normal anger. Okay? Because like me personally, when I see someone quiet, I don't assume that they're stuck up. And even if a girl or a person or a guy likes himself, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it because at the end of the day, why would I be mad that someone is trying to be comfortable in their own body and temple? Why would I be mad about that? Right? So there's a positive side. When a person likes herself, they're not gonna really seek a lot of validation from you as much as a person who's insecure. Okay? If you know what I mean. Okay? So this girl, I see through her BS. She's the type of girl that assume that people who are quiet are stuck up. So because they believe that, they will try to give that person a hard time. And I refuse to have somebody bully a person or because they're quiet. Because they're quiet. Like I said before, if a quiet person is quiet, there's many reasons for that. Number one, they have nothing to say. Number two, they don't really know you as much. So what are they going to talk about? Number three, they don't like who you are. Number four, they don't find something interesting to say. Or they're just minding their business like every decent person should do in this planet, right? So this girl, she's not a good person. She's not a decent person. I would recommend you to unfollow. I would recommend to unfollow this girl. If you don't bully other people, you should unfollow this girl because she's not good. She's not a decent person. And she responded to me and she said the only thing she had to say is, "Oh, you don't know what an anti-social personality is. I know what it is. I know what it is. You don't know what it is. I see through your BS. You don't know what it is because when that person get upset, it's gonna make the headlines. It's not normal upsetness. Me, when I see somebody nice, when I see a person that's quiet, I don't assume they're stuck up. And if they're confident and if they like themselves, I don't get mad off of that. And if you get mad off a person that likes themselves in silence, then you are the problem. So that's what I have to say. This video is being quiet is stuck up. No, it's not. 95% of the time, being quiet is not stuck up. And people who have antisocial personalities are people who might not have it easy when it comes to socializing with people. Why are people, why do people have problem? Why do people find it hard to socialize with people? I can tell you the honest truth. Number one, because when they actually speak the way they speak, people might get intimidated and they might get judged for speaking the way that they speak. So they prefer not to really speak at all and get themselves involved in a situation they don't want to get themselves involved with, right? So think about it. Think about it, right? So I would not recommend this YouTuber's girl name, Balazi INT. Normally I don't mention people's names, but I will really mention a person's name if they're full of trash. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest because I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. She is one of the reasons why a quiet person will get the hardest time with a person. And most people that have insecurities that treat other people wrong when it comes to, I guess, quiet people most of the time are people who are loud. Okay, it's rare for you to see a quiet person be rude or be kind of like snarky with a person that's quiet. Yeah, I've seen that many times before. You would hear things like that, especially when it comes in school. The quiet person is the one that they seem as that they think that person is weird. Oh, because a person's quiet, there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with that person. Sometimes there is, the way they act, the way they behave. But doesn't mean that you go out of your way to be like, oh, you think you're all that. Who cares? Who cares if they think they're all that? Who cares? And it's so surprising because as a woman, I would expect this girl to really be happy if a girl likes herself or a guy likes herself. I'm not saying in a narcissistic way where you believe that you're better than everyone else, but like where you believe that you're amazing. Why wouldn't you not think you're amazing? Huh? Why would you not think you're amazing? You know why she don't want you to think you're amazing? Is because people like that want you to think bad about yourself so they can manipulate you and so you can depend on them for validation. So they can, when you depend on a person for validation, am I good enough? And you depend on their, validation, they will use that to destroy your self-esteem anytime they feel like it. That's why some people have problems when they see a quiet person minding their business. That's why they have problems with it. That's why they have problems because they can tell that person, even if a quiet person might have insecurities, they're not going to beg a person to accept them. You don't accept that person, that's okay. They move on. They're not going to beg for it, especially from a person like you. They're not going to do that. So I don't like that. And I hear it a lot of times. But literally, if you're smart enough and you watch this girl's video, you don't even have to watch her whole channel and you know she's not a decent person. Like the whole video, she's insinuating that a quiet person is mean, rude, and stuck up. Oh, is it that bad to be stuck up? Like, it's one thing if you go out of your way to tear a person down because you believe you're better than them, but it's another thing if you just mind your business, you don't tear people down, you just believe that you're amazing, but you don't really tear another person down. That's when I see no problem with it. She's just mad that a person has confidence and they're not really seeking attention from everyone, right? They're not really trying to fit in, okay? Because they're trying to fit in their own body. Huh? Yeah. So that's what I had to say with this girl. So being quiet is stuck up? No, it's not. It can be, but it's not. And people that have antisocial personalities are people who tend to be very timid when it comes to social environments. And this girl knows nothing of what she's talking about. You can literally ask her what does antisocial personality means, and she's just gonna repeat herself. Antisocial personality is antisocial personality. You're not giving an actual definition. You're not actually giving an actual definition. And after everything that I said, the only thing you had a problem with is, oh, because I'm not right about the word antisocial personality. I know what that is. And I know what those people go through. And those people, you don't want to play with those people. You don't want to play with those people. Okay? You don't want to play with those people. You don't want to play with those people. They say pick on a person your own size, but people don't want to do that. They want to pick with someone that doesn't match them, that they think they don't match their level. That's why a lot of people that are always loud, they go pick on the person that's quiet because they think that quiet means weak. It's not weak. And some people have problems with socializing with people, and that doesn't mean they're stuck up. That's when I have a problem with people like this. Because just because a person is quiet, most of the time, it doesn't mean they can't socialize. It might mean they don't mess with you, okay? Or they have nothing to say. And if a person has nothing to say, they're not going to say anything, okay? Please. So that's what I had to say in this video. That's what I had to say. I know I so unfollow this girl. Normally I don't say that, but I don't care. Unfollow this girl. Unfollow this girl. I don't care. I feel better unfollowing this girl and not watching her videos ever again. Ever again. I see through her BS. If you're smart and if you're smart, you will notice what this girl is trying to say. She is one of those girls that think that being quiet is stuck up, and I have a problem with a person that thinks like that because you don't know what a person that's you don't know what those people go through. Okay, you don't know what those people go through. Those people, those people, those people are people you don't want to make problems with. I guarantee you that. When you see someone that's really loud, you can tell. Okay, they're loud. You know you kind of know what to expect from them. But when you see somebody quiet, you don't really know what to expect from that person because you don't know what that person is thinking. Okay, you don't know what that person is thinking. So, so that's what I have to say. Being quiet is not always stuck up. So this video is called "Being Quiet is Stuck Up." No, it's not. Most of the time, it's not. And like I said again, there's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself or trying to love yourself or like yourself. Just because a person is quiet, it doesn't mean they don't have insecurities. But what they do is they prefer to not say that aloud. Because why would I say my insecurities to a person that I can tell doesn't like the way that I am? Okay, some people want to hear your insecurities so they can make you feel more bad about it, and I refuse to tell someone my insecurities and they try to make me feel really bad about it and they don't give me no advice. I would not say it to you. Definitely not you. So unfollow this girl. I don't follow this girl. I don't watch her videos. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So I cannot go with a person that literally has that mentality that quiet people are stuck up. Okay? Because they're not. Most of the time, they're not. I've seen quiet people myself. Most of the time, those people, yeah, they want to be accepted, but they're not really going to beg for it. Because why would they? Why would they? Why would they? They rather be themselves. Oh well. Oh well. Like, it's logic, it's common sense. If I don't like you, if I have nothing to say, you should be grateful if I don't say something. You should be grateful. Because those people, most people who are quiet and have antisocial personalities, it's not that they're trying to make you feel insecure that they're not speaking to you. They might have a hard time socializing and you try to make them feel bad for it. Like, please, please. So unfollow this girl. I don't care. I said what I said. Like, me, I'm a logical person. So if I speak logic and you can't respond with a logical answer, and mind you, my feelings matter, so that's also logic in certain situations when I'm doing a debate and a discussion with a person. If I respond with a logical answer and you can't really respond, that says something about you. This girl, I can see she's not a decent person just by the fact that she really trying to make it look that quiet people are bad. Please, please, come on now. We all know most of the time when a quiet person gets picked on is by the person that's the loudest in the room. We all know that. I'm not saying quiet people don't pick on quiet people, but like most of the time, when a person has a problem with a quiet person and they're like, oh, they're stuck up, who's the person talking about that? It's the people that are really loud. Okay, and when it comes to women, it'd be the ones that are ratchet. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Like, you can be a loud woman. That's fine. But I'm talking about the women that be really loud, and they will literally see a quiet person, and they will really try to pick on that person, and really try to make it look like they're the one that's the problem. They're not the problem. They're not the problem. They're not. You don't want to pick on those people. I'm telling you. I'm letting you know. Okay? You don't want to pick on those people because when those people respond, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Yeah, so just be a decent person. Balassi NIT, just to be a decent person. I don't like that. I really don't like that. It's getting bully mentality. I don't like that. I wouldn't take that from any gender. Like, why are you trying to bully a person that's minding their business? You know how bad it is. Like, can you imagine a person that has hard time socializing and then you try to make them feel bad about it? Like, please, are you gonna pay for their therapist? Are you gonna pay for their therapy session if you think that they need one because they're not socializing the way that you want them to socialize? Are you gonna pay for that? You're not gonna pay for that. So please, I see a lot of people that be loud and obnoxious. Do I have a problem with it? Not really. I kind of only have a problem when they really be like trying to pick on the person that minds their business and they're quiet. As I said before, there's many reasons why a person might be quiet. Number one, they might not know you, so they're not gonna say nothing to you. Number two, they don't like you, okay, and they're trying to keep it nice. They're not trying to make drama, so they're not gonna say anything to you. Number three, they have nothing to say. They're not gonna say nothing, or they're just socializing too much is not their expertise, unless if they really feel your energy and they feel that you're fine to really, open up to. So think about that. But you're not thinking about that. You probably are in you're probably one of those girls that are entitled and jealous. I'm just being honest. I can see from that video alone, from your talking points, from the fact that you couldn't respond to what I said in a logical manner. The only thing you had a problem with is that I didn't know what antisocial personality is. I know what it means. Look at in the dictionary. It's probably going to tell you a person that doesn't really socialize as much as a person that's outgoing. Okay? When you think about a person that's outgoing, you think about a person that can socialize easily with anyone. Antisocial people, what are those people known as? People that are not really people that are quiet most of the time. But those it doesn't mean those people who don't know how to speak. They know how to speak. I heard quiet people speak. I heard quiet people speak. But some quiet people they don't really speak as much because when they speak, they get criticized and judged for it in a negative way. So what so you think that's gonna motivate them to speak even more? No, please. And they're selective to who they talk to. And based on how you are, they're not gonna talk to you. Yeah, they're not gonna talk to you. And if they do talk to you, it's not gonna be positive. Because look at that mentality you have. Like, please, please. Like when I see a person that likes herself and they walk in the room anywhere, an event, I don't get mad from it. I don't get mad when a person likes herself. I don't get mad from it. It's another thing if they like, they try to talk down on me because they think they're better than me, so they say some things that they're degrading to me. Then okay, I understand your way. But like if a person likes herself and they're quiet, I'm not gonna assume that person thinks they're queen cut, you know. And if they think personally they're king tut, what do I look like telling them, why do you think you're king tut? Nah, I'll be like, okay, that's whatever. At least they kind of like themselves. Like, please. So that's what I have to say. So I don't recommend you watching her videos or any of her channel because I'm over it. I'm over that. Like, please. So I said what I said and I use logic. Feelings also matter. Okay. So I'm not for it. I'm not for bullying. I'm not for picking on a quiet person because you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. There's a reason why a lot of people try to pick on a quiet person. And when that person actually responds, please, you run for the hills. You run for the hills, okay? Please, come on now. You're not gonna try to make a person that's quiet feel guilty that they have a hard time socializing with people. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Some people it's not their expertise. I've seen quiet people actually talk to people. I've seen that before. And when they do, it's because they feel they know that that person is decent. Okay? So I said what I said.